Welcome to The Explainer. So today we are tackling a dish that sounds, frankly, pretty intimidating. Like you see Thai red curry with roast duck on a menu and think, yeah, that strictly belongs in a high-end restaurant. And if it's your first time really getting into cooking, just hearing the name probably makes you a bit nervous, right? But seriously, don't worry. We're going to take an expert culinary blueprint and turn it into a totally foolproof guide. By the end of this, you are going to be ready to walk right into your kitchen and whip this up with absolute confidence. I mean, think you literally need to roast a duck from scratch to make roast duck curry? No way. Absolutely not. Let's just drop that worry right now. We actually have the ultimate beginner cheat code for this spectacular dish. It's a real game changer, and it's going to save you hours of stress. To make this totally foolproof, we are breaking the recipe down into 5 super manageable phases. We've got the roast duck cheat code, taming the coconut milk, building the curry base, balancing the sweet and savory, and finally, the finishing touches. Let's get right into it. Okay, phase 1, the roast duck cheat code. So here is the big secret. You just buy a pre-roasted half duck straight from your local mall or market. That's it. You completely skip the entire marinating and roasting process. And honestly, this is exactly what our expert source does to save time while still guaranteeing perfectly tender meat with that beautifully roasted skin. Now, once you've actually got your duck, you've kind of got 2 choices for prepping it. You can either keep it in large bone-in pieces for this really rich, rustic flavor, because the bones actually add incredible depth to the broth. Or if you prefer, you can completely debone it for neat, easy-to-eat bites that just look absolutely pristine in the bowl. Honestly, the choice is totally yours. Moving on to phase 2, taming the coconut milk. Okay, so the biggest hurdle for beginners is definitely managing that standard 500 milliliter bag of coconut milk. You really need to notice the difference here. Huacati is the thick, rich coconut cream that naturally floats to the top, while hangakati is the thinner, lighter milk at the bottom. Separating these 2 parts, that is literally the absolute secret to getting a perfect texture. Let's walk through the exact technique to stop your coconut milk from splitting into just an oily mess. Step 1. Fry your red curry paste in a little oil. Step 2, and listen, this is absolutely crucial. Always keep the heat low. High heat is your worst enemy here. Step 3, you gradually add that thick huacati coconut cream. Keeping the heat low ensures it becomes this luxurious creamy base rather than an excessively oily soup. All right, phase 3, building the curry base. Now we get to build that amazing aromatic foundation. First, use a generous amount of red curry paste and fry it until it is intensely pungent and fragrant. Like you really want that smell to just fill the room. Then toss in your duck pieces so they get completely coated in all those rich aromatic oils. And finally, pour in that thin hangkatai milk and bring the whole thing to a really beautiful boil. Which brings us to phase 4, balancing sweet and savory. So the crucial point here is how we manage this super complex flavor profile. This dish is all about the harmony between 2 sides. On one side, you have the savory umami elements, right? The roast duck, the fish sauce, the red curry paste itself. On the other side, you've got the sweet and acidic elements like palm sugar, sweet pineapple, and cherry tomatoes. The real challenge is making them hold hands perfectly without one completely overpowering the other. Check out that specific measurement, exactly 1 cup of pineapple. Why? Because store-bought pineapples can be incredibly sweet and juicy, so our expert purposefully reduces the amount to palm sugar added early on. You basically have to consciously leave room for the fruit's natural sweetness, which is going to melt right into your broth. But hey, here is a brilliant pro tip. If you add the pineapple and suddenly realize your broth has become way too sweet or overwhelmingly sour, don't panic. Seriously, just add a splash of water. This simple insider hack dilutes those intense juices and lets you rescue and totally rebalance your broth. Also, definitely remember this golden rule. Market curry pastes vary wildly, so always taste and adjust. Different brands have totally different levels of salt and shrimp paste. So taste your boiling broth right now before you add a bunch of fish sauce, just so you know exactly what you need to tweak. Do not just pour blindly. And finally, phase 5, the final finishing touches. Okay, we are on a strict 3-minute timeline here to preserve all those fresh textures. Minute 1, drop in the cherry tomatoes. Minute 2, add your turkey berries, and whatever you do, do not let them overcook, or they'll completely lose that signature crunch. Minute 3, toss in the spur chilies and sweet basil, and then cut the heat immediately. The final result? It's an absolute masterpiece. The sweet basil releases this intoxicating fragrance. The spur chilies add vibrant color and just a touch of heat. The turkey berries deliver a firm crunch, and those cherry tomatoes give you this sweet, acidic pop when you bite into them. You've just created a stunning restaurant-quality dish right in your own kitchen. So that leaves us with one final question to think about. What other intimidating luxury restaurant dishes could you easily conquer at home using simple kitchen hacks like these? Take this newfound confidence, understand your ingredients, and go try something new. Thanks for joining this explainer, and happy cooking!